meet in a Grand Slam final. So Alcaraz and Sinner did something that never have been done. Is the first pair of player meeting in 3 Grand Slam final in the same season in the same year.
Not too bad. No.
In the Open era. But here I have maybe a dumb question: is what is an Open era? Something that should have been a 2-minute research bring me to a 1 hour very interesting research. And I think maybe if you follow tennis and like to watch tennis, you have to understand this, and let me break it for you. So what we call Open era start in 1968, and before house tennis you had 2 words: amateur and the pro player. The difference is pretty simple. The amateur get not paid through the tournament. The pro player receive money. But the pro player were banned from the Grand Slam, as Australian Open, Roland Garros, US Open, Wimbledon. It was reserved for the amateur player. But where the money was on the Pro Tour. So how the Pro Tour get money? They have special promoters, like one of the most famous one before is Jack Kramer, who were before world number 1, and they do only exhibition. So for example, today you take a Rafa, Roger, you take them, and in a year you do like 80 exhibition of Rafa and Roger. So you buy arena, you sell tickets, and that's how you get money. But the prestige is always on the amateur side with the Grand Slam. But a lot of player, and even the best amateur player, switch to become pro, because at the end they want to live through tennis and make money. But the amateur side, not making money, but not in reality. There is something called amateurism. They were reserving money under the table. I think it's important to understand this, because there's a distinction today about like the Grand Slam were belonging to the amateur, so that's why it's still under the ITF, International Tennis Federation. And the other tournament today, which is the ATP tournament with the Masters 1000, 250, 500, is under the ATP. They are 2 different organizations. But the ATP come later. No money on the amateur tour, so not enough money to travel. So the competition was very local. So the American couldn't travel to Europe. So that means that at the end you don't have all the best players at the same time at the same Grand Slam. So it wasn't that attractive like the Pro Tour. So the Pro Tour get paid, and they also have their slam, what we call Pro Slam. So all of this was before 1968. From 1968, the Open era starts. And why the name Open era? Just means tournament open to everyone. So then the amateur and the Pro Tour became only one tour, the professional tour. The ATP only come later from 1972 as the WTA, and ATP for Association Tennis Player, Women Tennis Association. They bring the Master 1000, the Master 500, and the 250. They have this number because this is the number of points you're getting when you won this tournament. So the big change from 1968 was that the amateur tour needed money also, and at the same time the prestige was on the amateur tour with the Grand Slam, but the public was asking for also the better player that were on the Pro Tour to be able to play the Grand Slam. They need them. So then they started the Open era. Everyone could play it. They could sell more tickets. It started to be more attractive. But the few pro players, they were approximately 20 or 30 on the Pro Tour, still make more money. As a comparison, they were Rod Laver was doing like 100K, where Arthur Ashe, one of the best amateur, was doing 15 to 20K. So the difference was huge and stays during many years, and progressively the prize money increased, and now it's the same prize money for everyone. Even now it's even the opposite, because the higher prize money you have are on the Grand Slam, which still belong to the amateur tour called ITF. But today we have something that coming back and very interesting, like this exhibition, like the Grand Slam King, that remind me what was happening before the Open era, where even if players are complaining about the calendar, they still find time to play there because that's where the money is, and it looks like the best player will always follow the money more than the prestige. For me, I found this topic very interesting, and I wanted really to share because it's very interesting that today it seems like we are going back to this discussion about where the money go and where the player want to go, and the best player complaining about the calendar. Even Iga Swiatek say recently that next season I will care about my body. If I need to not play some Masters, I will not play, and I will take care of my body. And they are able to do it because other exhibitions have a lot of money, and even just by playing the Grand Slam, they don't even need to play the Masters. And so I found some similarity before what was happening before the Open era and now. Of course, the money side is completely different. But I have a small question for you. What do you prefer if you were a player? Do you prefer the prestige of winning Grand Slam or earning more money? I hope you enjoy the topic. And today, of course, we are not on the court, but I find this interesting to understand more the tennis world. So please tell me, comment, like, subscribe, and let me know if you like. And there's a lot of interesting things we can talk about tennis outside the court. Hope you enjoy. Bye. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you find it very useful, don't hesitate to share it with people, with someone you want to make him improve your game, maybe your partner, maybe a future opponent. I'm Kevin Koja. I've been playing for 20 years, being a professional coach for 10 years, and my goal is to make tennis as more simple and efficient possible. I always think that people make it too much complex. Is simple doesn't mean easy, but I try to make it simple, and then the power is in your hand. It's about practicing and practicing, but at least now you have a focus. I'm currently located in Barcelona, Spain, but if you're not around and want a free analysis or some advice of your game, you can just drop a video in the Canal Telegram I put right there in the description. And to finish, don't hesitate to comment and to let me know what do you think about the video, if you missed some precision and what can be improved, and also what do you want me to explain in the next video, what could be the next subject. Once again, thanks for your time, and I really hope you enjoy. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
يلا مع السلامة.